Congratulations on your wise decision to participate in this program. As you watch or listen, follow along in your workbook and fill in the blanks. This will help you to concentrate and focus.
We've designed this program to create the results you want in your life by incorporating accelerated learning techniques that will not only help you retain and integrate the information, but also help you put it into action.
So before we begin, press pause and go grab your pencil and workbook. You'll want to have them at hand so you'll be able to interact with the fast-paced learning of this program.
And remember, it's okay to miss a line or two. What we're looking for is a consistent, high-level response which leads to your higher integration.
Good luck, and let's begin. Hi, this is Robert.
And this is Terry Lynn Taltree.
Welcome to Keeping the Fire and 7 Tips to Eliminate Burnout. When you have a small flame that starts to die down, there are 2 things that have to be done. First, you need to add more kindling or fuel to the fire. Second, you need to give it oxygen. That's the same as with life. The fuel, of course, is inspiration. The oxygen is you, your breath, your own life force. You must reach within to find that small flame of hope.
The fact is, you are a miracle. For more than 400 million seeds of love, only 1 survived. There were millions of factors that had to come together in order for you to be here. Never before has there been anyone exactly like you. Not in the 70 billion who have walked this planet since the beginning of time. And never again will there be anyone exactly like you. You truly are a rare and precious being.
And you are supported more than you can even imagine. Without any effort on your part, you can view the beauty of this world with the 100 million receptors in your eyes without straining. You can experience the exquisite sounds of nature with the 24,000 fibers in each of your ears. The 200 bones and the 500 muscles in your body support you and allow you to move about freely.
You can experience the ecstasy of touch with the 7 miles of synchronized nerve fiber that exists throughout your entire body. And without a thought, your heart works for you, pumping 600,000 gallons through over 60,000 miles of veins, arteries, and tubing. Did you know that your heart beats more than 36 million times a year? Year after year.
That you are here and that you are you is a miracle. When you are tired and weary, hold on to that. Burnout, where does it come from? Well, between computers, viruses, debts, bad economy, work, lack of sleep, and relationships, they all have a common denominator: stress. And stress leads to burnout, and burnout leads to lack of energy and productivity. With the world becoming smaller and information bombarding us with terror to tragedy, it's obvious that something has to give, and that something is us.
Burnout has become a way of life in our modern culture. It distracts us from our priorities. It robs us of our ability to effectively connect with one another. We don't take care of ourselves. We can't take care of our families, and we perform below our abilities at work. Burnout causes parents not to be able to sit with their children while they do their homework. Teachers not to be able to recognize and address the individual needs of their students. And administrators not to be able to create an environment that supports and sustains the natural and spontaneous wonder of learning. Yet no matter how hard we work, how much we give, how little we sleep, we're still not getting what we hope for.
And we are teaching this lifestyle onto our children. Is this really the inheritance we want for the world? Every one of us really share the same priorities. We want healthy children, healthy work environments, and a healthy quality of life.
Now let's be clear, burnout is not about a lack of desire. Only people who care get burned out. So what happens is we start out with a deep desire to reach children, to help them be the best they can be. We want every child to succeed. And somewhere along the way, we get caught up in the external expectations, the benchmarks, the proficiency, and we lose perspective. We start focusing so much on the expectations that we lose touch with why we're doing it in the first place. But it doesn't have to be like this.
But how can you reignite the embers? When you were a child, you didn't need a seminar to teach you how to experience the spontaneous enthusiasm and wonder of life. It came naturally. That awareness is still inside you, but you've forgotten how to play. So the goal here is to get you to lighten up and play more.
What you'll get is a life worth living. You'll be healthier, happier, and you'll regain your passion for life. You'll be able to live your life on purpose. Instead of going through life afraid of what might happen, we're going to give you the tools to help you rediscover the joy and wonder you were born with. You deserve to have a life worth living, and no one else can live it for you.
There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living. In order to get back the passion you've lost in your life, you need to understand how you got here. So today we're going to cover what burnout is, what puts you at risk, and how to prevent and recover from it. Plus, we're giving you 7 tips to eliminate burnout.
So what is burnout? Wikipedia defines it as the experience of long-term exhaustion and diminished interest. Teachers have been identified as one of the professions at high risk for burnout. That's probably no surprise to you. Let's identify the difference between stress and burnout. When you're stressed, it's a feeling of too much. You know, too much to do, too many expectations, too many obligations, too much responsibility. Burnout is a result of excessive and prolonged stress that's gone unmanaged. Instead of feeling too much, it's a feeling of not enough. It's when you feel overwhelmed and unable to meet the constant demands because there's not enough energy to get through the day, not enough motivation to care about it, a sense that it really doesn't matter anyway, a feeling that you don't really matter anyway. It's a flatness, a loss of interest, and an emotional withdrawal and detachment from yourself and others.
When we don't address burnout, we can only expect matters to continue to spiral out of control. We all have days when we feel bored, overworked, and undervalued, when the 9 plates we've got spinning in the air aren't acknowledged, let alone rewarded. And we've all had those mornings when we'd like to pull the blankets over our head rather than bouncing out to meet the challenges of the day. But if you feel like this most of the time, you could be flirting with disaster.
The warning signs of burnout are reduced productivity, a lack of energy, feelings of helplessness, a lost hope, cynicism, resentment, or anger. We're going to break burnout down into 3 stages, and the first stage is disconnection. When we experience long periods of physical, mental, or emotional exhaustion, we can start to feel like every day is a bad day. We feel exhausted all the time. It seems like caring is a waste of time, and we don't have the energy for it anyway. If the majority of our time is spent doing things that are not interesting or stimulating, or just plain overwhelming, we can begin to feel like nothing we do makes a difference anyway. We experience a loss of motivation and hope. Or we might feel completely unappreciated. This leads to withdrawal and emotional disconnection from normal, everyday life.
Stage 2, isolation. When we disconnect, we're removing ourselves from relationships and activities that keep us engaged in life. We experience emotional dullness. Mother Teresa said, the greatest disease on the planet is loneliness. As human beings, we thrive on connection. When we feel isolated, depression and helplessness set in. Our entire world seems flat. It takes great effort to get up every morning to do it all over again. We may be unable to sleep, our bodies may ache, and our immune systems become compromised. We've abandoned all hope. Or sometimes we feel as if we've been abandoned. Is that all there is? Is a recurring cry within our heart.